Shawnee. Welcome back. Okay. Getting ready for work, which is kind of my life, right? And I always am using my DANESSA MYRICKS products, so I'm gonna still use my DANESSA MYRICKS products. I think today I'm going to use the Blooming Romance Groundwork palette. Let the other one have a break. I mean, not for long though. I mean, like, I love it. And I believe I will pair it with the Freedom palette, the Lightwork 6. And yeah. Oh, I forgot. I already put some primer on. I'm like, why are my eyes like that? I used the Colored Rain paint base eyeshadow base in white. And I applied it with a brush. Did I? Oh, yes. This is the Rose and Ben C31. It's like a concealer brush. You can see the whites on there. It's like a concealer brush, but I don't think I've ever used it as a concealer brush. Okay, so gonna get started, and I will start, I think, with, oh, let's use her brand's brushes. So I'll start with the number 24 brush that she has, my Kitco and DANESSA MYRICKS. And like I said, I'm going to start in this shade here. And while I do that, you know, I've been reading the news. I'm going to stick to well, no, this is kind of like questionable, but you know, there's a lot going on in the world. So let's just talk about someone that we can judge. So, have you heard of Ryan Borgward? You should have heard of him maybe starting in August and then like until now, or like last month, December. Let me tell you about Ryan. Ryan actually faked his death. But what we need to do is I love giving you context. So I'm going to give you context, okay? And I'm going to tell you my reaction to this man. As you can see, it's probably not good. Ryan lives up in Wisconsin. Ryan has a wife that he's been married to for 22 years, and he has 3 kids. I think they're like middle and high school. So, you know, they're not babies, right? They understand mainly what's happening in the world and their lives. So one morning in August, Ryan and his family go to church, regular old day. Ryan's like, I'm gonna go ahead out and do some fishing, blah, 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 or kayaking. He was doing something on the water in a boat. And like the next morning, his family realizes he didn't come back home. Where the H is he? And so they like make a report, and the police go out, and his boat, like his kayak or whatever it is, his vessel, water vessel, was like capsized. It was like turned over. And they found like, I think they found his wallet, his license. Like it was like, oh snap. Something must have happened, and he ended up in the water and was unable to like save himself. So they go trudging through the water, and apparently it's like one of the deepest bodies of water in Wisconsin. I don't know, I ain't never been to Wisconsin. So it's one of the deepest, and so they are searching for like several weeks. And I think there's a company that does a lot of those searches, and the guy approaches the sheriff and is like, listen, that man is not up in this water. He's like, I've been doing this for years, and I ain't never wrong, and that man is not in this water. So then they, like, somehow or some way, they found out that a passport was run. Now it was a different name and everything, but it wasn't Ryan Borgward. I think he left his passport at home. Not only did he do that, but he like wiped his computer out, and he like, I think he like transferred some money. He took out a $375,000 life insurance plan for his family. But we can't find him. Come to find out, Ryan, we didn't find out some of this stuff until later. So he made it look like he had drowned, right? He made it look like that, and then he got on this like electric bike scooter thingamajiggy, and he like biked like 60 something miles, and he went to Canada, and from Canada he got on a plane and went somewhere, and then from that somewhere he then went to an unknown like European place. This is what we're hearing from the police later on, because initially they came on and they were like, we suspect that he is still alive and blah, 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 blah. So everybody was like, WTF. So child, let's back up. Let's back up. So they're able to look at some of Ryan's stuff, and they see that he has been communicating with a woman, like a Russian woman. They are able to get the Russian lady's number. They call her, they speak to her, and then they have more information. I think this lady was in Uzbekistan. So Ryan decided he was going to be in Uzbekistan as well. He's going to be in Uzbekistan to try to meet up with his lover, his new love. So they managed to get in contact with this man. This wasn't even what I wanted to do. That's okay. They managed to get in contact with this man, and they're like, bud, can you like come home? You're feeling like, what's happening? Your family is missing you. And he's like, nah, I'm good. Thanks, but no thanks. Thanks, but no thanks, guys. And then, like, we find out some of this stuff afterwards from this man, from Ryan's ass. So, we get this video. I say we, like it was sent to me. There's a video sent to like the sheriff, and home dude is in like this sparse apartment with like this orange shirt on, looking like who did it what for and don't do it no more. That's what he looked like. And he's like, hi, it's Ryan Borgward. As you can see, I'm okay. I'm fine. Yeah. Looking so forlorn. So forlorn. That's the only word I can think of. Looking a hot ass mess is another translation for that. So they're like, bud, your family just wants you home, and you know it would be such a great Christmas present for your kids if you like came back in time for, you know, Christmas, blah blah blah. Ryan's like, buddy, I ain't coming back. But eventually he does. Eventually he comes back. Now, he had been in communication with the sheriff and everything, and he was worried that the community would be upset with him. And, you know, they spent so much money. The, like, FBI and all kinds of stuff were involved in trying to find this man who decided that he was just going to peace out from his life and not tell nobody. Just bye. Not only that, but he was going to make it seem like he had died. And part of that is because he wanted his family to get the $375,000. That's so nice of you. Thanks. Anyway, so he comes back of his own volition or whatever, and like he's going to be charged. What surprised me is that he's only going to be charged for like obstructing an investigation or something, like with like a $500 bail or something. It surprised me, but I guess there's nothing else that he can really be tried for, because I guess you could disappear if you wanted to. I do think they're gonna try to get that money back, which they're not gonna get. He ain't working. When he went into the courthouse, he said he only had $20, so he was gonna represent himself. I don't feel bad for you, Ryan. I don't care that you only had $20. Oh, and when he had gotten to Uzbekistan, apparently he and some lady picked him up, and they spent a few days in a hotel. And I'm like, well, I bet you she left you and also left you with $20. And I do not care, because how dare you? Okay, I'm gonna get to that. So he comes back, and the sheriff is all like happy about it and blah blah blah. And apparently the sheriff had been in contact with the family, of course. And that's kind of where things are. Except for, so I think he got back on like December 11th or 12th, and his wife filed for legal separation the next day. So let me tell you my reaction. First of all, if and when I have found out this man overturned his own kayak, biked to Canada, or he biked somewhere and then went to Canada, and then from Canada went to Uzbekistan and was in somebody's hotel with some woman for 3 days, girl, I would keep him. He don't need to come back here. Keep him. I don't want him here. This is if I was his wife or something. But I ain't gonna marry somebody that's as dumb as Ryan Borgward. So, child, the sheriff is all like, you know, everybody wants you back. Your family really misses you. Your wife and kids. I'm like, I bet you they don't. I bet you they don't. Because, like, first of all, thankfully, the family hasn't come out and said anything or whatever. We just know that the kids are middle and high school age, and I think the wife works at some kind of school. So I bet you these daggone kids was going to school, the lady was going to work, or maybe not, and people are like whispering and all this stuff. And you know how kids are. Like when people found out, they was like, that's why your daddy left you. I bet you some little brat said that. But could you imagine waking up, first of all, to find out that they don't know where your parent is? There's a chance that he's no longer amongst the living. But then, like, 2 months later, you find out that this man decided to bail on you. He couldn't just say, let's get a divorce or something and figure it all out. No, he decided he was just going, and he planned this. He planned it all out. Do you know how much time and energy that takes? He planned it all out, honey. And obviously everybody's like, for this lady, right? That's what you did. You dropped your entire family to fly to Uzbekistan and hold up with this lady in a hotel. And I wish they would tell us who the lady is and what she done did. I don't like. Do you, boo? You managed to scam an idiot, which, you know, I don't know. Like, I don't like scammers, but I feel like this guy is just a little bit different. But let me tell you something. If he thought that he was going to come back in my house, yeah, come on home, baby. Child, I would probably be arrested for something, and it wouldn't be something good. But I'm just sitting here like, could you imagine being part of his family and finding out that he duped everybody? Y'all wasted time, money, resources, emotional energy, and all of that to look for him for weeks and weeks, like 13 weeks or something. And then you find out that he's over in Uzbekistan and he's not telling you exactly where he is, but he's in some like sparse ass apartment wearing an orange shirt, looking like somebody just emotionally beat the hell out of him. And no, he don't have no diagnosis. And then they're trying to get him to come home, and he sends his little video like, I'm not coming home, but I'm fine. And then he's worried about the community being mad at him. But then he somehow decides to hop on a plane and come back, and is just like, hey guys, I wish he I'm gonna go into this. I want like a golden, maybe this one, since it's like multi-chromes. Okay, I think this one and this one. Okay, which ones did I say? Okay, what? Jeez. So I'm just sitting here like, if I were that wife. Now, the wife probably has to be, you know, like managing her emotions because of her kids. But in like the background, when I was alone with one of my girlfriends or something talking, I would be cussing this man from heaven to hell. I would be figuring out what kind of obia, that's like Caribbean black magic, that I could put on this man real fast and quick. And as a child, those babies need to be in therapy. Because you're sitting there thinking, no matter what age you are, like, you didn't want to be my parent so hard that you faked your death and you went to have some sexy times with some lady all the way over in Uzbekistan, and some lady who left you in somebody's hotel. Girl, you know he thought he was just winning at life. And that lady said, I got 3 days, baby. I got 3 days. I'm going to convince you that this is going to work. I'm going to take all your money and I'm going to dip. And I think that's the lady that helped them find him. So she's like, I don't have no loyalty to you, sir. Didn't nobody convince you but yourself to come out here, leaving your family, your wife of 22 years. Your wife of 22 years. When I'm surprised, like, the moment I saw that video of him, the paperwork would have been in to my solicitor. Like, please file this real quick, because that man, but when I tell you his stuff will be out on the street, either that, listen, there is a part of me, the South Central part, maybe the Caribbean part, the black part, I don't know, that I will pull out my petty button and I will just lay on it, because none of his stuff would be in my house. Either I would have thrown it away or I would have donated it to somebody. You don't exist no more in my life, sir. Don't eat, like, none of your stuff resides here anymore, including you. I would erase him from my life and memory so fast. Because I'm just like, could you imagine how this family feels? Could you imagine? He was so selfish and narcissistic and dumbass that he had the nerve. You couldn't use that time, that energy, and your brain power to do something good with it. What is it that said on Spider-Man? With great something becomes great power comes great responsibility. I don't know what it is. But if he has the ability to plan all of this out, you don't think you should get a job with, like, a government agency to do some, like, planning for things? I mean, I don't know. And then you feeling sorry for yourself, talking about, oh, the community's not gonna like me. No, they not. Because I don't like you and I'm not even part of that community. Anyway. Let me know what you think. Obviously, you can tell what I think. And I don't even know this man, and I would be fine with them bringing me in to Wisconsin so I could cuss him out on behalf of everybody. Yeah. Be right back. So here's the finished look, girl. I have to go. So let me know what you think about this story. Ryan, who went to Uzbekistan. I would love your opinion. And hopefully some of this was helpful, and I also hope that you're continuing to take care of yourself. Remember to keep thinking of and praying for folks who are affected by the wildfires in California. My family is safe, so that's good. They're just being affected by the air quality, but thankfully they are safe. Hopefully the fires are contained, or soon they are contained, you know. I also have a friend here in DC whose family lost everything in a fire on New Year's Eve. So, you know, just be mindful of what's going on in the world. Send good thoughts, prayers, energy to people. And I would love it if you like the video, and I would love it even more if you subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.